Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about food. This is the food I usually kind of take. Nothing earth-shattering or huge differences, I don't think, than what most people take, but it might give you a different perspective, maybe a little bit different choices you want to make. So for me, right now, we're just going to look at the snacks. I go for lots of the worst things you can possibly eat. Lots of sugar, chocolate, salt. But anyhow, the cheesies are a favorite in the evening. We've got some fruit, fake fruit. Got some honey stinger. Kind of like these late in the evenings when I'm trying to make a camp or something like that. Running out of time because it's got a little bit of caffeine in it, so it gives you a little bit of extra boost. You know, this is quite the usual stuff. Some nuts, chocolate, of course. The hard candies, the sugar is. I try to stay away from it, but sometimes you find yourself struggling up a big pass or something, and a little bit of boost of sugar is good for you. Then we have the famous bars, all kinds of, basically protein type bars, Lara bars, RX, these Bob's Red Mill, very similar to Lara bar. And things I like to have with coffee or tea in the afternoons, it's good to go stuff is like miniature cakes, some cookies, shortbread cookies are always great. These little waffle cookies are good. And then cheese, beef jerky, some crackers. These are all great things. And on the first couple of days, having some fresh vegetables like carrots or celery sticks, whatever, certainly helps out. Quite often I take an apple and I'll save it for, I'll carry it around for a day or two. So that's kind of the things I typically have as snacks. And next I think we'll look at breakfast. Alright, so the next thing we'll talk about is breakfast. And I don't vary from the diet usually. It's pretty simple stuff. I do like this dehydrated stuff with granola, bananas and milk. This is my favorite. This is Mountain House. Probably, as far as I'm concerned, it's their best meal. Granola, milk and blueberries. One of these I really quite enjoy. And the thing with these and all other packages like this, I repackage them in freezer bags. It's way easier to deal with and packs way better and certainly is lighter weight. I see a lot of people don't do it, but whatever. And the other thing I do quite a bit is this Bob's Red Mill Muesli. It's pretty similar in a lot of ways, but this has some nuts and some fruits and things like that, so a little bit of variety. So I'll take like a quarter of a cup or maybe a half a cup, put it in a freezer bag, and then I add this kind of thing, the instant oatmeal stuff. Just gives it some more flavor, a little more palatable. It changes the flavor every once in a while, so just to change things up a bit. So that's generally what I do. Seems to work good for me. I tried, eating several of these just plain oatmeal, instant oatmeal, and they just don't cut it for me. I immediately get a sugar issue, blood sugar issue. And every once in a while I will have a regular type of dinner menu freeze-dried meal. So once in a while, not very often. This one in particular is a stroganoff sauce, beef, mushrooms, noodles. It's a really nice small size. Putting it in a freezer bag works well. It's a smaller meal. So I quite like it. So that's basically all I do for breakfast. And I think next we'll talk about drinks, because that's kind of leading us to coffee. Yeah, I'm a coffee drinker, so I really enjoy my coffee in the morning. I typically have 2 coffees. What I've been doing for quite some time now is I buy these Nescafe instant coffee, but it has some coffee whitener and some sugar in them. So I'll use a whole one in a cup, and then I'll boost the flavor because it doesn't really have a good strong taste of coffee, and I quite like a strong tasting coffee. I'll put in a Starbucks via instant. Italian roast is probably the most powerful stuff there is. So I'll put about half of it in for each cup, and that's how I have my morning coffee. Other things I'll have, like in the afternoons or something like that, is tea, red rose tea. I have some sugar packets, some cream packets. There's some more black tea. There's another coffee. And sometimes, more often in the evenings, I'll have a herbal tea. Also, I like these electrolyte magnesium bisglycinate effervescent drink mix. I really like this stuff. I buy it at the co-op, and I prefer it hot, actually. Usually after dinner. Great thing to drink in the evening. Another one I've just gotten onto is this drink mix. It's got some sugar in it, a little bit of stevia, but I quite like this also. And this particular flavor is mango pineapple. And the other really good drink flavor I like is the Nuun Hydration Sport. In each one of the tablets I usually break it in half and put a half of one per cup, and that usually suffices. And that's about it for me. Usually don't take much else for drinks. At times I'll take hot chocolate, but very rarely. So yeah, next I think we'll do... I have a little emergency food package I usually make for longer trips, just and that fear of running out of food comes into play.